Hi, I'm William Taylor, and welcome to our final video in our Spec Lab ggplot2 data visualization training series. So in the last few videos, we've looked at how to make some basic plots like histograms and kernel density plots, and how to customize those plots to fit our needs. Now, after you've done all this hard work, we want to show you how to export these figures so that you can use them in your reports and presentations. So just as a motivating example, let's pretend that we need to make a box plot for a report. Here on line 161, we have the syntax with ggplot to do that. Just walking through it quickly again. We're specifying our data. And again, like last video, if you remember, we had some plots with years that didn't necessarily have data for them. So we're specifying ggplot. We want you to pull data from the WDI dataset in these 3 years, so 2000, 2010, and 2012, which are the years for which we have data. We specify our aesthetics, so on the x-axis we want each year, and on the y-axis we want the electricity underscore pop. And then on line 163 we tack on, we want a box plot. So let's go ahead and run this, and now we have our box plot. So we decide that this is in fact the figure that we want to put in our report or our presentation. And if you remember from the first video, we talked about how we can write these ggplot, the output of these ggplot calls to an object and store them in our environment. We're going to do that here on line 166 with some small changes. It's pretty much the same figure. Let's run it and let's open it. And notice that we have our figure now, basically the coordinates flipped, the coordinate grid flipped rather, and we have different colors and the width is changed. So we decide that this is what we want to put in our report or our presentation. And we can always do right click on the figure in the plots pane in the IDE and click save image as. But that doesn't necessarily give us the granularity that we might want in terms of the control of the output. Thankfully, ggplot allows us to save our figures using code, and we can do this here on line 174 with the ggsave command. Now, what saving our figures with code does is adds to the reproducibility. Anytime you're writing code, whether it's in the social sciences or you're writing publication code in industry, or production code in industry rather, you want to make sure your code is fully fleshed out, as verbose as possible, and readable and reproducible. That's, again, especially important in the social sciences when you're doing research. So here on lines 174 and 175, we have the ggsave command, and we can walk through the parameters. So the first parameter we specify is the path, the file path at which we want to write our output, where we want to save our figure, that is. Now, if you remember from the first video, we set our working directory. So now this file path is just going to be an extension of the working directory that we set earlier on. We can specify the width of the figure, we can specify the height of the figure, and we can specify the resolution. Now, these are three things that you can look up the ggsave documentation for. I would especially recommend doing that for the DPI or the resolution, as there are a lot of options that you can have. We can also note here that in our file path, we specify the type of file that we want our plot to be outputted to. You can do PNG, you can do JPEG, I believe you can also do PDF. There's a space where you want to do some research and see for yourself what file type will fit your needs best. And then the last thing you want to do is specify the plot that you want to save. So if you don't put anything here, by default, ggplot will save the last figure that was generated in the code. But again, for the sake of verbosity, for the sake of readability, you want, and for the sake of reproducibility, in fact, you want to specify this as often as possible. Here on line 175, we have the same command, and we specify the plot, and we also specify the units here. That's the big difference with this one. You can specify inches. I believe the default is pixels. You can specify centimeters, and millimeters, I believe, is the last one. So again, this is a space where you want to look up the ggsave documentation and see what units work best for you if you wish to change the units. So let's recap this entire module. In this module, you've gone from learning the basics of creating figures using ggplot to learning how to customize those figures and now saving those figures for use in your report or your slide deck. Personally, visualization is my favorite part of the data science process, so I hope you had fun and you learned something along the way. Please be sure to check out the rest of the tutorial videos on our channel if you want to learn about more statistical computing concepts like data pre-processing and how to run regressions in R. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.